Hello, I'm Jeff Costa, and welcome to the first in a series of YouTube instructional videos on how to evaluate properties long distance. I am a product manager for a technology company by day and a real estate investor by night. I'm going to show you in this series how I evaluate individual duplex rental properties. When I was starting my journey as an investor, I really found that there wasn't a lot of great resources out there, right? No one doing the videos I'm about to record and show to you. I had to piece it all together myself, which was a great learning experience, but I wish someone had kickstarted that for me by providing some kind of video resource. So hopefully the videos that I record here will help you. I'm sure I'll look back on this in 6 or 8 months and think it's super amateurish or have new resources, but what you're going to see in these videos is the best of what I know today about how to evaluate a property long distance. Now, the first thing you need to know is that you're going to need a local agent. That is a minimum requirement. Highly recommend looking on Bigger Pockets, not necessarily just for their agent finder, but that's a great starting point, right? You can find local agents in the area you want to invest. But when I did it, what I was looking for was agents that did a couple of things. Number one, had their own portfolio of rental properties. It's a good sign that they're going to have the same vocabulary that you do. And more than that, you also want to look at what they do in the Bigger Pockets forum. Engagement in those forums is kind of a nice proxy for how knowledgeable or how experienced that agent is. You can learn a lot from the conversations they engage in. And I strongly recommend that you jump into those conversations as you're evaluating your real estate agent. See what they're responding to, see how often they post, what subjects they know about, right? How they actually respond to someone. Those are cues that are gonna let you understand more about that agent before you meet them. And when you do meet them, I would recommend also evaluating at least 2 to 3 agents in a specific market. Call them up, find their contact information, set up a half an hour, right? And understand how they do what they do. Again, do they have the vocabulary that you have? When you talk cap rate, do you get a mystified look or do they understand completely what you're talking about? You definitely need those boots on the ground. And part of the reason that you need them is that they're going to be your eyes and ears as you evaluate properties. So can't really stress this enough, right? Also look for agents that have a Rolodex, right? They have a set of people that they know and trust to help with property management, with any kind of construction, right? A set of tradesmen. The better the Rolodex, the better off you are because you can leverage those connections and you don't have to forge them yourself. It saves you time and it saves you angst. So once you have that agent on the ground, what do you use them for? Well, the first thing they're going to do, and every agent's going to do this, is set you up a search, right? Based on the criteria of what you're looking for. Are you looking for single family homes, duplexes, quadplexes, that kind of thing? And every day you should get an automated email and it'll show you any new properties that are coming on the market or price reductions or price increases. That's the bare minimum, right? You should get that every day. And as part of your routine every day, perhaps at your lunch hour, review those properties with the techniques that I'm about to show you. You also want an agent who can be, again, those boots on the ground so that when you schedule a walkthrough of a property during an open house period or a special visit, that agent can go through and walk the property with you. I like to do FaceTime videos. My agent goes into a house with a flashlight and his phone, and we start on the outside and work our way through each floor of the property. It gives me a chance to interactively ask questions like, hey, is that a vinyl window or an older style window? hey, I saw this thing on the wall over there. Can you go get closer to that so I can see it and zoom in? And you can really look at things as if you were there, right? Hey, what's this transition between the hardwoods and the carpet look like? And if you have a good agent, they understand the basics of a property, right? They can say, oh, this foundation looks horrible, let's get out of here, right? Or, hey, this kitchen is gonna need a remodel, or hey, you know, there's a piece of flashing missing here, or if you're outside the property, hey, the gutters aren't properly taking water away from the foundation. That's a problem, right? So they're your eyes, your ears, your nose, your mouth. And in addition to that, you can have them, if you can't take a FaceTime video, just have them take a regular video through the house. Looking at a listing in 2 dimensions and photos on Zillow is not enough. You don't get a feel for the layout of the house. And that's what you want to do. Like, how does it flow? What does it look like to a tenant as they were walking in? And there's really no substitute for that. So I have agents, if I can't get a FaceTime video because we can't find a meeting time, they'll take videos, and I'll get 5 videos or 6 videos from a site visit that I can review on my own time. So huge thing there. You want those boots on the ground. And the things I'm going to show you when we get into evaluating individual properties is you need to look at multiple data sources, right? The stuff I was just telling you about, video and having your agent, are one of those sources. And there's more that I'm going to show you in the videos, but like, you want to have an agent that can give you a set of information about the property that you then combine with your own research. So what do I mean by a set of information? Well, a good agent will show you, have documentation for you that they get from the seller, as well as the ability to create at least a very basic pro forma on how the property will actually perform. Now, you're going to see this be all over the map, from agents who simply send you a 1-pager on a pro forma to an agent that sends you a 12-page PDF, right, about the property. I have agents that will even provide estimates of rehab costs, right? So you really want to get that agent who has the deep experience, who can really help you make decisions, right? And that information that they send you is critical, but I caution you that you have to look at it through the lens of A, your own experience, and B, your own research. You do your own homework. And when you take all that information together, you can make an informed decision of, do I want to put an offer in on this property? So again, let's start with the basics, right? With getting yourself an agent. Once you have that lined up and you're getting regular notifications from your agent about properties coming on the market, that's where you start. I would also recommend setting up a automated Zillow search so that you can have another source. Sometimes I've noticed there's overlap where you'll see the same property pop up in both an automated Zillow search that you set up and a search that your agent set up. But sometimes there's things that don't show up, right? That it doesn't show up in your agent's listing, but does show up in Zillow, and you want to poke at that and go look at those properties. So that's where I would start, and that's going to be the end of this first video. The second video, we're going to take a property that popped up into my feed, and we're going to walk through it. And again, I'm going to do one of these a week so that you can come back and see how I evaluate a property and go forward from there. So look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Thanks for your time.